I don't have a script for today's video, so I'm gonna just be rambling, but I wanted to talk about how most people never end up living to their full potential because of their fear of being labeled as cringe or weird, or really overly valuating the opinions of others. When at the core, most of the most successful people in the world or influential people in the world, they're really weird. They're cringe, or they were at one point before it became cool because of their success. All of these celebrities and music stars and all these people that come to mind when you think of a cool person were cringe at some point. Like Drake used to play a guy in a wheelchair on some random TV show that I've never personally ever watched or heard of, Degrassi. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I've never watched that shit, and I don't ever plan to, right? But even Drake was cringe at some point, and now he's like a global superstar. But the reason that I wanted to talk about this topic today is because the story that I've had with this coworker of mine has been stuck in my head, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. So I work at a sales job, and I love my job. I think it's awesome. I have cool people that I work with, and genuinely, I really have nothing to complain about with it. But there's this guy at my job. I'm not going to use his real name. We'll call him Jack. And Jack, when I first met him, I was getting to know him a little bit better, and I asked him, man, like, hey, like, is sales what you always wanted to do, or like, what was your situation before this? Because Jack's like 10 years older than me. For context, I'm 24, and he started going into this whole dialogue of how for his entire life he wanted to be a helicopter pilot. Started naming off all these different types of helicopters, like the models, and that he used to fly them and stuff like that. And I asked him after he was done with his story, I was like, hey man, like, what are you even doing working here? Like, not to be disrespectful, but why are you not flying helicopters right now? Like, you're still a young guy, right? Like, what's stopping you? And he told me that obviously his wife didn't want him to because it was a much more dangerous profession than something like sitting in an office and selling, being in sales. And I thought about that, and it just really hasn't gone out of my mind. It's kind of bothered me a little bit. I know it's his life, and obviously he seems pretty happy with what's going on now. That's good for him, but I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to compromise my goals or my dreams for anybody else or any reason other than me wanting to change paths, right? So this kind of ties back into what I said about labeling and being worried about being called cringe or overvaluing other people's opinions. Obviously, this dude Jack, it's his wife, so that's one thing. But this might be a hot take. I don't really think a majority of people can truly chase their goals while they're in a relationship. Because if you're in a healthy relationship, you're obviously going to value the opinions and the voice that your significant other contributes to your whole duo. And that kind of, for me, kind of taints the ability to be purely authentic in who you are and what you want to do, at least at a young age. And I don't know, man, like him telling me that story, if I was in his shoes, I would want to be a helicopter pilot regardless of what my wife said. And maybe that makes me a selfish person. And if it does, I guess I am because I would not really care. I would have to do it regardless because that was my goal and that's what I wanted to achieve, right? Like for my personal experience, I want to have a successful YouTube channel and I want to be able to speak my thoughts and engage in discussion with the world online and kind of just talk my talk and walk my walk, document life as it is and just get to interact with a bunch of cool people, right? But I'm not going to let anyone or anything stop me. And I feel like my viewers, I know there's only 11 of y'all, but I want that for you too. I want you to understand that, like, for you to really chase your purpose more than anything, I feel like you have to just lock in, be single, and focus solely on the goal. Maybe that's bad advice. That's personally just how I feel. I'm not saying you have to do what I do, but would you want to end up in that situation where you used to fly helicopters and you knew this whole situation, but you ended up giving up on that dream for a safe, cushy life doing something kind of boring? Like, I don't know. I don't think I could happily live with myself knowing that I didn't at least try my hardest at this goal. And that kind of ties back to my original thing of, hey, don't be worried about what other people think about you, especially if they're making fun of you or calling you cringe. Because, like, you only have one life. And at the end of the day, the fact that you're even born, it's such an astronomically small number. I'm sure you've heard this before. but it's such a small chance that you're even alive that why waste it doing something that you're not passionate about? Or at least why not try and chase the goal? Because you're not going to get a second chance at this life shit. Obviously, some people believe in reincarnation or God and then this and that, and I'm not going to get into my views on that in this video, but at the baseline, majority of people agree that this whole life shit is one and done. And I tend to agree with that take. So why not shoot for the stars? Whether you want to get good at a sport or you want to do something as simple as learning a new meal, put your all into it, you know? I'm sick and fucking tired of people telling me that it's weird that I have a YouTube channel, or I'm sick and tired of hearing that it's weird to try when at the end of the day, what's weirder is the people that don't try and put an effort in and they're scared to take the risk. Like, how can you be scared when you, in your heart and your mind, know that this life is the only chance you're ever gonna get at chasing whatever dream pops into your head when I ask you, hey, what do you want to do with your life? Whatever just popped into your head, you should be doing that every single day or working towards accomplishing that goal every single day, you know? It just bothers me. So I know I'm rambling and I've probably said the same thing like 4 fucking times, but if you could take anything away from this, dude, like you just need more than anything to think about what you want and to go after it. I want this YouTube shit to work out, and I'm gonna be posting videos every single week, honestly, till the day that I die. I hope that's honestly true. I want to be posting videos when I'm fucking 80 years old of me and my old ass, raggedy ass wife when we're both like 80 and we have to be in canes and walkers and shit. Because guess what, man? Like, this is what I want to do. And I want people to have that addictive and like obsessed mentality. Maybe it's unhealthy, but that's really how you change shit. That's how you actually achieve anything. All of the superstars, all the celebrities, all the politicians, all these people, politicians probably not a good example. Fuck them. Not all of them, but most of them. You know, those guys, they're a whole that's a whole different bag of worms. But you know, all of these people, them included, honestly, they wanted whatever life they're living, and they put their all into it. You're not gonna get to your goal by doing half-assed work for 20 years and then just giving up. You know, you have to be addicted to the goal. You have to think about it when you go to bed. You have to think about it when you wake up. And if you don't, I think you know, you don't have the drive or necessarily want it bad enough if you really don't stop thinking about it. Like I want this YouTube shit to work out. I think about it constantly, you know? So at the end of the day, like who gives a fuck what people think about you? Most people are going to make fun of you regardless of your situation, whether you're successful or not. There's always going to be haters on your ass. So you may as well be trying, right? Just do what you want to fucking do, man. You know, again, I'm probably rambling and saying the same shit 100 times over, but I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're thinking about what you want, and I hope that after this video, the first thing that you do is write down the goal or goals that you have that come to mind after watching this. Write them down, put them in a place you can see them every day, and just like don't let it out of your mind or out of your visual sight. And I promise you, you're already halfway there. You're much closer than most people are because most people are too scared to take the first step because they're thinking in their mind that it has to be this orchestrated, perfect plan. Like, no, bro, your failures and fuck ups are the only way you're actually going to succeed at anything, you know? So go take the first baby step towards whatever it is you want to achieve. And I promise you, if you keep taking these baby steps, that within a year's time, you'll look back and you'll be significantly better at whatever it is you're trying to get better at. And there's a good chance that you're going to succeed as long as you don't give up. Because what people also don't seem to understand, man, is that you don't need talent, bro. It literally just comes down to one thing, and that's consistency. If you don't stop, you don't fail. I heard that quote once on some TikTok edit, which I know is probably cringe and retarded for me to say that. But like, it was this dude up on stage and he said, it's not over until I win. And that shit stuck with me, you know? Like, it isn't. If I never give up, technically I never fail. And you need to carry that mentality with you in any and everything you do. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's getting good at a sport, whether it's fucking making $1 million, you can do anything, bro. Just don't stop. Yeah, this is a short video. Hope you're doing well. Love y'all. Peace.